Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. My name is Ronnie. Hope you have a wonderful day. It's still raining where I am. In today's video, I'm going to talk about taking out equity just for the renovation. So, is it a good idea or not? So, if you guys are new to this channel, I talk about a lot of things when it comes to property, investing, personal finance, my own personal finance, how I go about doing things in order for me to achieve financial freedom. So, now I'm going to talk about, I guess, taking equity out. Is it a good idea? For any reason, but purely at this particular question would be for renovating your property. Simple answer is no, it's not a good idea. For the following reason. When you take out an equity, that means you're getting your loan higher. For example, would be, hey, let's say you buy a property at $500,000. Over the years, you've been paying off the principal and interest repayment, which is a good idea. So far, it's a tick box. And then you decided, you know what, I want to renovate my kitchen or my bathroom. There are two ways to do renovation. One of them to save up for it, or go back to the bank and ask, hey, can you reevaluate my property and see if I can upstamp my loan, which is the traditional way, I guess, most people would be doing this. Instead of saving up, they want the now. I wanted to fix it up now type of thing, without doing the delayed gratification. So when you take out an equity, that means your loan is getting higher. So back to that $500,000 property or the mortgage in the beginning as a sample. You buy it for $500,000, 10 years later it becomes, let's say, $300,000. And then you decided wanted to renovate, but you don't have any saving because you've been just hemorrhaging your income just to pay off this loan. Now that's a forced saving. You didn't go back to the bank, can you please evaluate this property? Bank say yes, no probs. You can get X amount of dollars to do your renovation. Now bank love doing this because that would mean you're extending your loan for them. So maybe not even that, more like your repayment now getting higher because your term of the loan is shorter. So instead of 30 years, now it's 20 years. Now beforehand of your repayment of X amount of dollars, it's gonna go increase the repayment, whatever that would be. The other option is actually remortgage, as in refinance, more like it. Refinance to another a different mortgage provider. That would mean the repayments probably a little bit lower. However, the term's a lot longer. So back to the 30-year mortgage. Do you really want to do that? No, it's not a good idea. So if you're thinking of renovation, I look at things as in, if it's not broken, don't fiddle around with it. For what reason? You still gotta cook there. For kitchen renovation, is there anything that is broken? You just have to fix that part. There's no point of fixing the whole entire lot because it's not modernized. I get it that like anything I look at it, if it's 1960s, 40s type of build, maybe that require modernized things. But anything, you kind of tell like if it's broken, then yeah, right, I would fix it. But I would not fix it just to get the mortgage, get a higher repayment, having that stress again for a longer period of time. If not, the period of time longer, the repayment's going to be a lot more higher. So it's not a good idea for anyone out there who is thinking of doing that. And who are you trying to impress? 99.9%, you're the one that's going to be cooking in there, especially if this is your principal place of home. What makes it worse is if you're taking out equity and let's say take it out for your investment property, because they're just tenant, they're not going to be emotionally invested to your property aside from you. So there's no point of giving like say a rental property, the best finishes, the best kitchen marble top and whatnot, because I can't tell any difference between a good quality marble top versus stuff that you can get from a hardware store. Because as a tenant, all I care about is I'm paying off X amount of dollars per week. Why would I care what type of finish is on the kitchen? Why would I care what type of finishing that I have in the bathroom? As long as it works, yeah, I can't see any value of it as a tenant anyway, because they're only in it for, again, 6 weeks, call it 10 weeks, including your bond and maybe removal, and it's a very small amount of capital that they're invested. Whereas you invested heaps, time, interest repayment, mortgage repayment, the loan of the the whole entire the deposit as well. You're a lot more emotionally invested because you put heart and soul purchasing this property. So renovating, taking out an equity is a big no-no. If you are thinking of renovating, save it up. Save up the money. I did that. On my principal place of home, we haven't got an aircon. We live in an apartment. Now, in an apartment, we live a little bit higher. We live on the 15th floor. We don't have an aircon. I say 5+ years. And because my son, our children now is getting bigger, so I decided to fix the aircon. Previously, I was a bit skeptical in a sense, because fixing an aircon, it's looking at about $3,000 worth of repair just to fix the aircon, because it's not a split system. It's ducted and it's connected to the building. We haven't found anyone. We've tried a few times and it's not working. So instead of that, we've been just using fans. During bushfire, it gets really hot here in Sydney, Australia, especially during summer season. But we just use a fan. I bought a portable aircon. It's a little bit noisy, but hey, it does the job. Now it's the time that I actually decided to fix the aircon, because we've got the cash now, because we have enough passive income to cover it. So there's that side of it. Another example would be a floor. The carpet has been in the property for since it was built. So this is built for about 15 or 20 years ago or so. Instead of taking out an equity, we just changed the carpet to timber flooring, and it cost us, I think it's like about $10,000, but we did not take equity out to get that $10,000. We saved up for it. That's what we did. That's how we do it. Painting, instead of calling a tradie to do the painting on our common, our featured wall, just get a paint and a brush and just paint ourselves. No equity. Just take it out from our own saving. We saved up for it. We didn't use a credit card, because if you're using a credit card, that means you can't afford it. You shouldn't be renovating on a credit, let's say, because we try not to have any credit. The less credit that we have, the better it is. Life's a lot more simpler without a credit. So yeah, and then as we go along, we try to improve the property bits and pieces. But at the moment there's nothing broken. Another one would be our range hood. I was thinking of buying a new range hood, but turned out to be it's very dirty, and I just need to clean it up. So that's what I did. Pour hot water, clean up the range hood, and then I realized once every 3 months, or instead of once a year, once every 3 or 4 months or so, I cleaned it up. Especially if you're doing a lot of oily type of cooking, your range hood is bound to be a little bit stuck, and that's what we did. So yeah, there are bits and pieces that you can do to just, as you go along, if it's broken, then fix it. If it's not broken, then why do you need to fix it? At one stage, I was looking to renovate the bathroom, and then I realized to myself, for what reason do you need to renovate? It's not broken. yes, it may be a little bit dirty, but if you just clean it up a little bit, it should be fine. It's not modernized, but hey, I'm not expecting it to be modernized. I'm not impressing anyone except myself. I'm the one that is living there. If it's not broken, don't fix it. So another one would be the door handles. The door handles, instead of getting a tradesman to come in and to change the door handle, so I just fiddle around a little bit. Yes, it cost me time to fix it myself, but hey, I'll learn something from it, and it costs a lot less when you actually fix it yourself. Not only you're learning how to fix bits and pieces here and there, but yeah, it saves you bits of money here and there. So yeah, that's how I go about doing things in order for me to do our renovation in our principal place of home. Investment property, a little bit more harder, because all of our investment property is not walking distance within our home. So that's when I actually have to call tradesmen also. So yeah, but again, do not fix it if it's not broken, and if you can, don't use on a credit, pay in cash, have money saved up in case of emergency happen, and don't use equity to renovate. That's my thing. That's just my 2 cents, guys. Hopefully this helped you guys to making a decision when it comes to renovating property. Don't forget to subscribe, comment. See you guys on the next video. Peace.